Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass. Because, guys, over 33 years ago, I was a dumbass. But today, 33 years later, I can honestly say now, through the grace of God, I'm a smartass. Yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this. You know, everyone out there who's struggling, I want you to know someone is listening. I'm a nutritional health coach. I'm also a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. Please, please reach out. If you think my book can help someone, because I sure do, you can go right to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing, BAM, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and you can go to my website, www.geripetito.com. And guys, please subscribe to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel. And listen, if you truly, truly, truly cannot afford my book, please, please reach out to me about that as well. I'm here to help you. Before I introduce my incredible guests, I want to give a shout out to some of my sponsors today. Okay, so we've got Gene DiNapoli. He's an ETA, an Elvis tribute artist. He's awesome. So he's doing a show, actually, guys, June 8th, 2 p.m., the Sellersville Theater, Summer Serenade with Chris Ruggiero, 215-257-5808. June 9th, 3 p.m., Grund Center for the Arts, Toms River, New Jersey, Summer Serenade, Chris Ruggiero. And then, guys, June 14th at 7:30 p.m., the Sellersville Theater, Sal, The Voice, Valentinetti, America's Got Talent guy, and he's also a fellow Long Island Cityer like myself. 215-257-5808. Then we've got Stormin Norman Selden, 732-245-4777, www.storminnormanselden.com, booking dozens of attractions for concerts and performances on venues of all sizes. Guys, he's got a 5 to 12-piece band. He's amazing. He's a legend. And a lot of people don't know this, but he helped get Larry Chance from the Earls started the song Remember Then. And Larry was a very good friend of mine, and I just want to say rest in peace, Angel. We all miss you terribly. And then we've got John Bishop, a.k.a. Johnny B., singer, songwriter, host of the Entertainment Luncheon South, a nonprofit network created for the creative. Facebook group page, Entertainment Luncheon South, partner in the Joey D. and Johnny B. Rockin' Oldies Band. Okay, guys, so a big shout out to them. That's only a few of my sponsors. I've also got Michael D. Moore, Michael Zaman. Thank you to everybody. Okay. So now, I have a really cool, beautiful, amazing guest, okay, inside and out. Maria Roldan, say hello to everyone. She's muted, Ruben. 1 second, guys. Okay. Say hello.
Hi, everyone.
There
Good
you go.
afternoon. Happy to be here.
So, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's been, like I said earlier, it's been a crazy day, but I'm here and I'm relaxed and I'm looking forward to speaking with you.
This is great. So, we're going to get started. I'm going to have some questions for you in a little while, but I want you to start by telling everyone a little bit about yourself, who you are, from present. We'll go back in time, but from present now, who you are and what you're doing.
So I've been singing for, I don't know, probably professionally for about 25 years. Currently, I am in a doo-wop group called Manhattan Skyline. I'm one of the many talented singers in that group. I've been working with Tony Dano and Manhattan Skyline probably for about 5 years now. I also work with a girl group, that's my group, that I put together about 8 years ago called Blue Lily.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. Um, I'm a little bit busy. I also have like a solo career kind of going on where I'm opening up for other acts. I'm actually singing on Friday, June 21st. I'm opening up for the Fabulous Accords in Nino's in
yes.
Staten Island. I work with a dance band called Just Us that's been around for decades. And I'm singing with them at Marina Cafe on Sunday.
Very
So,
cool.
and actually, what I just did the Tony Bennett tribute show with Frankie Sorrell.
Oh, I love
They,
him.
yeah, they actually asked me to fill in. Their girl couldn't make it on Saturday, so wow, I had so much fun with them. What great guys! Joe Magnetico,
I
Frank,
interviewed all of them. I love
Geri.
it.
I know you interviewed him. I was listening to some of your
Yeah,
interviews,
and
and I know.
Frankie Sorrell too. I love him.
Oh, what a sweet man Frankie is too. I actually said this to him at the show. I said, "You're very kind to everybody," and I know that shouldn't be like something that stands out, but not everybody is like that. And I noticed it throughout the day. Everyone he spoke to, whether it was, the girl serving him food, or the lighting guy, or the sound guy, he was just such a sweet, sweet man. Is such a sweet, sweet man.
Beautiful.
I think that's pretty much musically what I'm doing at the moment.
Okay, at the moment. So now let's take it back a little bit. All right? So I love asking this to my singers and entertainers, okay? Growing up, who influenced you in the music industry?
Oh, wow. I'm the youngest of three, so I have, and there's kind of a decent age difference between my brothers and sisters and my brother and my sister and I. So a lot of my influence came from them.
Okay.
Um, I'm really gonna throw it way back. So my sister was into musicals and she loved Gene Kelly.
Oh,
He really got me into, Singing in the Rain and Anchors Away and all that stuff. And I just grew up, I just love musical theater. My whole family is musical. My brother's actually legally blind, but he has perfect pitch. He could play any song. You play it once, he'll play it on the piano. So my father played guitar, so we were always singing. So we were just surrounded by music always growing up. So I would say there was a lot from them I heard Carpenters, which, there's no mistaking Karen Carpenter's voice, and just such a beautiful voice and unique voice. I learned a lot about singing harmonies from listening to her. Barbara Streisand, I would say. For me, I remember, just starting to sing or wanting to start to sing, and Whitney Houston came in our world. And I just was I had never heard anybody sing like that before. I never saw anybody. I mean, she was just a star in every sense of the word, the way she looked, the way she moved, the way she sounded, everything about her. So I was mesmerized by her, and I was just like, wow. She just wowed me so much. Trying to think of, who else? Maybe Pat Benatar a little bit.
I love her. Oh, yeah.
Pat Benatar a lot. I would say those four were
Okay.
probably my biggest musical influences.
Okay. Taking it a little off track here, just real quick. So, do you know who Sydney Christmas is?
I just heard her. Gorgeous, gorgeous voice.
I've been following her from day one, praying she won. I was on cloud nine. Let me tell you something. One of the greatest female voices, right?
She's
Amazing.
fantastic.
Amazing.
And so I don't watch, so that show, it's Britain's Got
This one
Talent.
was BGT. I don't watch them, but I'm up late at night, so I go through like just the YouTube and grab what's happening. So I
Yeah.
saw when she first went on, and then I followed her.
And she sings, which I think is very unique, and she's making them her own.
Yes,
But she's singing some old songs
totally.
that, like Tomorrow. So the first one I heard was Tomorrow. I don't watch those. I don't watch that show. I watch Idol. I watch American Idol, but I don't watch that specific show or America's Got Talent usually. But she really stood out, and everybody was sharing it. Thank God for Facebook. That's how I
Yeah,
find out.
yeah. It's amazing. And real quick, and then we'll get back to you. I think it was I think Simon, when she said that she was going to be singing that song, that was the first time they were going to hear her. Simon said, "I hate that song."
Right.
And when she
Of course.
was done, forget it. He was like, "What just happened?"
She turned it into a completely different song.
Amazing.
And the only other one I heard her do, which was recently, and I'm thinking it was the finale maybe, it was My Way.
Oh,
And I'm thinking, what a brilliant choice.
yep.
And I believe she took it, she sang it from the female perspective.
Yep.
Really hasn't been done, to my knowledge.
Yep, I agree.
I always think that when I watch these shows that, like I watch American Idol, and I wish they would pick those kind of songs, like these big songs that people are going to be moved by. When you're picking songs that a lot of people don't know, it doesn't have the same impact, no
Nope,
matter
you're
how,
right.
how wonderful your voice is. So.
You're right. You're right. So, okay. So now, Maria, let's get back to you. And thanks for entertaining me with that, because I just had to bring it up. I was like, wow,
Oh,
I
no,
wonder if you saw
I
her.
loved her.
Okay.
Loved her.
So now, all right. So now let me ask you something. We all had those favorite songs. It's hard to really say what our favorite songs were, but we all had some of those favorite songs. Do you remember any that you remember growing up singing to and being like, this is one of my favorites?
I will say this. My mom loved the song Paper Roses
Oh, okay.
by Jasmine. And it's just like a funny thing for me because I grew up in a musical family, but I was the youngest. So my brother and my sister would sit around the piano, and my father would play guitar. My mom didn't sing. And me being little, I would always be like, I could sing, I want to sing. And there was a lot of, oh, yeah, okay. There was like a lot of, oh, she's just a little kid kind of thing. And I kind of was getting like mad about it. And I wanted to be like, I can't do this. And my mom liked the song Paper Roses. So I taped myself singing it on a cassette. And I played it for her. And I just like pressed play. It was like me a cappella. And she turned to me and she's like, Maria, you could sing. I'm like, I know. I guess I've been trying to tell you.
Oh, wow.
So that's one of the songs that just came to my mind.
About how old were you when you did that, when you recorded it?
I want to say 6, maybe, something like
So
that.
at 6 years old or so, even if it was 6, 7, 8, whatever it was, you were that confident. That's awesome.
I don't know if it was confidence. I was being, it was just, I was determined.
Yeah.
I was a very shy kid and young adult, so I kind of had to push through that because I just loved performing so much. So I was like, I'm going to have to get over this. So I don't know if I had the most confidence then, but I felt I could do it, and I just wanted somebody else to kind of see it, and to tell me I wasn't crazy, So
But you did have the confidence enough to do that. There was confidence there, girl.
I guess.
Yes. That was amazing. That's pretty cool. Okay. So a lesson to all you moms out there and dads, and listen to your kids. I don't care if they're 6, 7, 8. I don't care if they're 5, okay?
It's true. It's
Okay.
true.
So now, so now we have a couple songs we're going to be playing in a minute, but let me ask you something. The different genres that you sing, tell me about all those, because you have so many.
Yes, so I started because I had this big interest in musical theater and musicals and stuff like that. I didn't necessarily want to be in a band, so I really was focusing on doing a lot of theater. So I used to do community theater and off Broadway type of stuff. So whatever I could do, and usually there were musicals. I love acting as well, so I did some things that weren't musicals here and there. But I did like Grease and Gypsy, and I did a bunch of that kind of stuff. At some point, a few of my friends would say, why aren't you in a band? Like, why don't you make money doing this? And so I kind of ventured out, and how it goes, like a little bit at a time. Maybe I didn't think I was good enough at that point, or I didn't know if it was for me. And then I auditioned for something, and I got something fairly quickly, and then it went well, and then I kind of just ran with it. Did the wedding band thing for quite a while. So, I think that's kind of how I ended up doing that. I got a job at the Garden City Hotel singing standards. And again, I think that goes back to my musical theater and hearing it growing up in my house. So I know a lot of the standards, and I always loved that. Somebody called me a torch singer once, and I had no idea what that meant.
What does that mean?
I believe like Billie Holiday was a torch singer. It's kind of like you're in a gown and you're leaning against the baby grand piano and you're singing some sad, like, I'm trying to think of an example of that. Like, I would guess, like, one of the songs they do is like My Man. So like maybe, oh my man, I love him so. And you should just be like, across the piano. It's like a torch singer. That's what it was told to me. Oh, you sound just like a torch singer. So then I kind of like leaned into that. I got a steady job every Monday and Tuesday night at the Garden City Hotel. This was a while back. And I had a piano player, and him and I just, for 4 hours every Monday and Tuesday night, so I learned a lot more standards that way because we had to keep busy for 4 hours. So, and I love that stuff, the Great American Songbook. And that's why when I brought up singing with Frankie, because he's doing the Tony Bennett, so it was really fun for me to sing, because I was like the Lady Gaga to his Tony Bennett. We were doing some duets and stuff. So I kind of got involved in doo-wop kind of by accident. Tony Dano reached out to me. His singer had left abruptly, I heard, and he was in need of a singer, and somebody had referred him to me. And he, as you know, he's way out in Long Island, and I live in New Jersey. So when he first approached me, I'm like, oh my God, that's too far. I don't think this is going to work. And he's like, no, we can make this work. You don't have to rehearse. Whatever. It's a long story, but
Okay.
I ended up meeting with them, loved them, and I've been with him for 5 years. But I was kind of dabbling in doo-wop, obviously, because I sang with Lou Christie. So that was kind of my entrance, and that's kind of how he ended up hearing about me, through my work with Lou. So,
How was it working with Lou?
oh, I love Lou.
Yeah.
I love Lou. I thought about, if you asked me about Lou, what I would say, and I've said this to somebody recently. I said to his fans, I would say, he's everything you would want him to be.
Okay. And we think he is. He's everything we would want him to be and everything we think he is.
Yes.
That's how I feel about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the reason I say that is because I've been told, if there was a celebrity, somebody actually just told me about, I forget who it was. I won't even say it because they didn't have nice things to say. But it's disappointing when there's somebody that you would have admired over the years or admire their work, and then you hear, oh, they're not very nice or whatever, because, it's disappointing. So I kind of wanted to say that to this person, to say, no, he is that. He's nice, and he's kind, and he's funny, very funny. He's very down to earth. I have such great memories of, singing with him, but mostly hanging out with him, So every time, like, we would have a show, especially when we were traveling, if we had a show, we would typically go out to eat afterwards, the band members, the musical director, my other background singer, Mary. So we would go to the restaurants, and he would order magnificent bottles of wine and, tell old stories. So he's a joy to work with. I miss him terribly. And I do speak to him. I actually just was texting with him recently, because he did actually, let me tell you this. He did something very nice for somebody. So I was approached, do you know the entertainment luncheon?
Yeah, yeah, my buddy. He's one of my sponsors. I mentioned him.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
John Bishop.
yeah.
Um, so I went to my first one a couple of months ago, and somebody approached me. I won't say who, but somebody approached me and said, I have an autistic son, and he's a big fan of Lou Christie. Is it possible that you can get an autographed picture for me? And I was like, oh, I said, I really haven't seen Lou in a while. I said, I guess I could, I could ask him for you. I don't know. Oh, could you? That would be great. So I text Lou and I asked him, and he said, sure. Give me the information, whatever. Then he says to me, give me their phone number.
That's beautiful. Oh, gosh. Okay.
And I said to myself, wow, is he going to call them? But I didn't want to promise them. I didn't know, so I just gave him the phone number. I actually was on vacation the following week, and I got a message from the couple that originally asked me with a video of Lou calling their
Yes.
son and him being so super excited. Like, I was literally like tearing up watching this video, and I just thought it was so sweet of him to do that. And on top of them, then a week later, he sent them 2 autographed pictures. So, and it was just, to say hi and thank you for being a fan and asking questions. And you could just see his whole
I love
face.
him more. I love him more.
Yeah.
Listen, if he ever wants to do an interview with me, baby, I'm here. I've interviewed all his friends, tell him. Listen, I love him more. I'm going to share a 2-minute story with you about something with a little boy. So I interviewed, at the time, I think he was 9 or 10, an ETA, Elvis tribute artist. The
Okay.
kid, I got a phone call asking if I would interview him, and he's pretty good. And I said, I don't care if he's terrible. I'm still interviewing him. If a 9 or 10-year-old has the nerve to put on an Elvis costume, wants to get up and be interviewed live in this outfit, I'm doing it.
Seriously.
Okay. So this kid was so cool to the point of they set everything up in the living room for him. I mean, he looked awesome. All right. He was not shy, not one little bit. I think the interview is over. So I'm saying my thank yous to everyone. He stands up and he says, Elvis has left the building. So I'm going somewhere with this. I've also interviewed 2 other children of Elvis Presley's. One recently, Deborah Presley.
Oh.
She wrote a book, The Starseed Child, and I'm almost done with it. But anyway, and Elvis Aaron Presley Jr., they were given the Presley name by the courts, so they are his children. So Elvis Jr., I was telling him about this little boy. I said, he would go crazy. He goes, get him on the line. So I got him on a 3-way with the kid, and I said, Dion, guess who's on the phone with me? Someone wants to say hello to you. That was it. The kid almost started crying. He was going crazy.
Oh, my
So
God.
when people do that, I just freak out and love it so much, especially for kids. You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, although he was older, he's autistic.
Yes, same thing.
Yeah, his reaction was just everything, it was just everything. And yeah, I mean, listen, at
I
the
think
end.
I know the family. She's the mom and dad are close friends of mine. I think I know who
Oh,
it is.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful people.
They're the sweetest, and I was just grateful that he did that, and with no, I just,
Beautiful.
there was no pushing on
Yeah.
my part, and I wouldn't do that. I just
Beautiful.
laid it out there, and he was like, sure, and that was it.
And I
that's.
think she may have even posted it. I'm not sure. I don't remember. She may have.
Oh, okay.
It was
Maybe.
beautiful.
Maybe. I don't
So-
know if I'm friends with them on Facebook or
Okay.
something, but I should be. I should be.
So, yep.
But he's just to close that part of it out. He was. I worked with him on and off for about 9 to 10 years, and I always loved him and always loved working with him, and I would love to work with him again. I think he's kind of laying low these days. I don't know of how much he's doing, but
Okay.
he has a huge following, a
Oh,
fan
yeah.
following. I'm sure they would love to see him back. So
Yes.
hopefully, I'm sure he'll be here and there.
Yep.
So I'm going to try to catch
Beautiful.
his shows. And if you go hear him sing, you'll hear my voice in the background. They do have the voices there
That's
in the back.
cool. Beautiful. So, before we play a song, I still want to ask you, it's so interesting talking to you. I want to ask you another question. So, I always say I was born too late. I was born in 61, and all my favorite songs were hits in 60, 61, 62, 63. I mean, it's crazy. You know, I always say I'm an oldies, doo-wop, and Elvis girl, you know? I mean, you can't take the rock and roll out of me. You know, Led Zeppelin, Foreigner, Genesis. I've been to all the concerts. I love it, you know? It's inside of me. But my music is the oldies and the doo-wop and Elvis. So when you're on a stage, what do you prefer? You probably love it all, but like, what's one of your favorites genres to sing? Like, what would you prefer?
I do love it all, so it's hard to pinpoint, but if I had to pick one, I think I'm more into the jazz
Okay.
standards,
Okay.
kind of old stuff. It's like you said, I'm an old soul. My favorite, one of my big songs that I sing a lot is Somewhere Over the Rainbow, just to give you that as an example. I mean,
Love it.
that's out in 1939, maybe.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's one of my favorite songs to sing, and just one of my favorite songs.
Can you give us a little a cappella of it? Come on.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, oh, way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. I love that. I love a cappella. I love when an artist just does it. Ah, so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, you are very
Beautiful.
welcome.
All right, so what we'll do, producer, we'll play one song and then you'll talk about it, okay? Oh, and Maria, you're not going to hear it the way we hear it. You might hear it like weird. We hear it perfectly, and so will they.
Okay.
All right? Either one. Maria Roldan, either one.
Can we have, with your permission, Lou, your young ladies there, you call them girls, if I say girls, I'll get in trouble at home, you know? So the young women here that you have as your background singers, your orchestra, your fourth dimensions, that's why I kept saying, you're 3D, they're 4D. Can we let everybody just hear what they sound like? Sort of, sure. Pardon me if I say in the raw, is that all right, ladies?
Sure.
All right, doesn't offend you?
2, 3, 4. Baby, I'm gonna make you mine, make you mine, I'm gonna make you mine. Baby, I'm gonna make you mine, I'm gonna make you mine.
So I guess I was right. I mean,
That was that. Oh, okay. That was very quick.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to get something clear so you could hear the backgrounds, because most of the other ones on YouTube, there's just so many noises going on, but, I would say about 5 years, before maybe the last time he had the girls with him, it might have been longer than that. Cousin Brucey wanted to interview him, and it was a fun day, and basically he was doing what we're doing right now. He was being interviewed, and he was talking about the girls at that point, saying that he always called them the crayons, because, which I think that was the first time I had heard this explanation. He said he called them the crayons because he felt they colored the music, which I thought was very
I love
interesting.
that. I'm an artist, so I love that. Okay, go ahead.
No, I just recently started painting a couple of years ago, and I'm loving it. I'm not great at it yet. Probably not even good at it yet, but I'm getting better.
Wow. I love
Another
that.
thing I do.
The crayons because they colored the music.
Yeah.
I just love that.
Yeah, that's the way his mind works. And so we did that interview. I felt like it was probably maybe an hour and a half. Maybe it wasn't even that long, but we had a piano player there, we had an audience there, and, he just went through all his songs, and we did the backgrounds with him. He sang it, obviously with us, and explained basically, what made him write this song. He worked a lot with Twyla. They wrote a lot of songs together, and how he came up with this lyrics, how he started. It was a great interview. You could actually find it on YouTube.
Okay, I will.
The interview in its entirety, you should be able to find it. That's where I
love
found that clip.
Yeah, I got to finally meet Cousin Bruce, and he promised me an interview because I've interviewed Don K. Reed, I interviewed the Geeter, so I'm like, you're next, baby, and he gave me his word, so I know it's going to happen.
Great. I bet you he's used to being the interview.
That's right, that's right. He looked at me, I was like, no, come on, baby.
That's great.
So, all right, so then let's play the song that we have, and then you'll talk about it.
Sure.
You just gave me a clip of it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that was from the Patchogue Theater.
Okay.
Probably not this past November, I think the November before that, with Manhattan Skyline. Yes, so as far as the MP3 goes, somebody took that clip and it ended up on YouTube. I don't remember exactly where I got it from, so I just was able
Okay.
to turn it into an MP3. But yeah, I know quality probably isn't the best, but yeah, I mean, Manhattan Skyline, that's one of my go-to songs that I sing with them. But again, it's all the music that we love. They're doing all that beautiful standard doo-wop sound. Tony Dano, of course, he was with the Capris. Are you familiar with Tony Dano?
So-
you might want to get him on your list, Jerry.
I've interviewed all the Capris. Yes, and Michael
so I
D'Amore,
don't-
the new lead singer of the Capri.
Well,
Michael D'Amore.
I don't think he's been in the Caprice for a while, so I don't know.
So he's coming live in studio again next week. But yeah, he got me backstage with all the Capris to meet everybody. So it was,
okay.
and I got to interview them all. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so Tony Dano's, their big hit, Tony Dano's hit is Morse Code of Love.
Yep. So cool.
So, yeah, so of course, that's a go-to
Yeah.
song.
If
that we
if he
perform.
wants an interview with just him, I'm here. But I love it.
Yeah, he's also a great guy. He has a big heart.
Yep.
He's a character, but he has a very big heart.
So, before I forget, because I want you to give everybody all your information. Again, I know you gave a little in the beginning. Tell everybody how they can get in touch with you, if they want to hire you guys, all that. Let's do it before we forget.
Okay, so, well, let's see. I guess the best thing to do would just be contact me personally at this moment. Should I give my phone number?
You
Is that
can. You can.
Okay. It's 917-459-1114. It's Maria Roldan. Like I said, as far as what's coming up for me, on Sunday I'll be at the Marina Cafe with the dance band that I'm in. They do a vast array of different material. They do Four Seasons medleys, and we do Donna Summer. We do a lot of different stuff. On the 21st, on Friday, I'll be at Nino's Restaurant in Staten Island. Do you know Rhett? Rhett, I know he's been hosting a lot of shows, so I just thought maybe his name. If you haven't heard of him yet, you probably will be soon, because he's been.
Does he just go by Rhett?
Rhett, why can't I think of his last name?
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm blanking out on his last name. But anyway, he's hosting this show that I'm opening up on the 21st for the Fabulous Accords. And I think that's what's coming up in June for me right now.
Now, what about social media? How can they reach out to you on there?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, although I just recently got on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook as Maria Roldan Callahan. I know my husband's going to like that I'm throwing this in because I don't use that name for the stage usually. So it's Maria Roldan Callahan, Callaghan. Hi, honey.
Hi, honey. Very cool. So, what else do you want to tell everybody? What do you want to talk about?
Um,
Oh, I know. Wait, I have another question for you. Hold on, hold on. So, all right. Who have you always wanted to meet that you did get to meet? And who have you always wanted to meet that you never got to meet in the industry?
let me think about this for a second.
Yeah.
I would say the first person that pops, I mean, I might think of somebody else afterwards. The first person that popped up in my mind when you said that was Frankie Avalon. I
Okay.
got to him. We were doing a show. He was doing a show with Lou. And I hadn't been working with Lou probably that long at that time, and I was like starstruck. And I was with the other singer that I used to sing with. Her name was Mary Fox. And, she knew that I wanted to meet Frankie. So she's like, you want me to, hold on, let me see. She knew Frankie well. So he was standing on this pedestal stage doing like a sound check or whatever. And there was like a lull in the conversation. So Mary brings me over to him and says, you know, Marie wanted to say hello to you, blah, blah, blah. Can she take a picture with you? So of course, I'm very tall. I am 5'9" with no shoes on.
Oh, okay.
Typically, I wear at least 2 to 3 inches, so I could be pretty tall. So when he said, sure, we can get a picture, so I went to stand on the pedestal stage with him, and he said, no, 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 you stay down there.
So he didn't look so small. See, that's men. Men are so weird, but go ahead.
No, that's just like
I know.
a funny memory because I just thought that was so funny when he said that. Who did I? Oh my God! As far as who I never got to meet, I mean the list. It would be Whitney Houston,
Yeah.
Barbara Streisand. There's just
There's a lot. Yes, I
there's,
know.
there's
Me
a
too.
lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot.
Well,
I-
I had Frank Avalon on Zoom here with me, and I knew he loved Elvis. So of course I said, "So tell me about Elvis. What'd you think?" And I'm sitting there like this, going, "I can't believe Frankie Avalon's telling me about Elvis. This was amazing."
I know. I heard a little bit of that show, and I heard in previous shows that you said you're a big Elvis fan.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say that it's funny. I didn't really get. So when I was growing up, Elvis was not the typical Elvis that everybody thought. My voice just came through on this side.
Yeah,
so I
that's
don't know,
okay.
maybe I
It's
can't-
okay. Keep talking. It's okay.
Oh. He was kind of at the end of his career.
Okay.
I wasn't really getting his appeal. Later, I watched the special when he's been around, and he was just so fabulous. And I finally appealed. And of course, now as an adult, I get it.
Now you get it. Okay, cool. The producer's waving at me. Something is happening.
Yes, I figured.
What? Yeah, that's why I'm looking at you. All right, okay. Okay, so Maria, is there anything else that
Yes.
you want to talk about? We've covered a lot, but it's up to you.
No, I mean, I just like to say for having me, and I appreciate it, and I'm grateful to have this interview.
This was,
Not in person, but kind of in person. And I've been listening to a few of your interviews, and they're wonderful.
well, I'm hoping to be back at one of the luncheons. When he started on my
Yes, I would
birthday
love
a
that.
couple years ago, and he had a giant birthday cake for me, and I'll never forget that. And I just love them so much. But most of my shows are
Oh,
also on
wow.
Tuesdays. But I'm hoping to be there either next month or the month after. Um, so I want to do something right now.
Well, I am too.
Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm performing at the luncheon, I believe, in January.
What month?
January.
January. Okay. All right. So
I know, it's a while away.
No, but that's good. I like notice. I like notice. All right, so I'm going to work on that, girl. So I want to read a poem out of my book. And the reason I always choose this poem is because I want people to know that everyone has something to offer. Everyone is born with a gift. They just have to utilize it and figure it out. Because I'll be getting messages like constantly, and people will be like, oh, I wish I could sing like your guest. I wish I could dance like your guest. I wish I could write like your guest. You know, whatever. I wish I could paint like your guest. I want everybody to know that you all have something to offer. 1 second. Ruben, is everything okay with YouTube? Hold on 1 second, Maria. But are we still on YouTube? Oh, okay, because I didn't see it. Okay, we're still there. Then we're fine. Okay. Okay, because it's not showing up for me. Hold on, Maria, 1 second. Just want to check something. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. We should be good. All right, so listen, we were having some tech issues on your end. I'm not sure what's going on, but I want to read this poem. It's called Utilizing Gifts and Talents, okay? And I wrote this to just let everyone out there know that you have something to offer, okay, guys? We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. My gifts and talents should all be used. God's gifts to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, not just for the money, but to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened, and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, your name, Maria Roldan, will live forever, baby, forever and a day. So go through life excited for what you sure can give. To yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. So make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. I just want to let you know that that's what you're doing, Maria. You're making people smile. And I want to thank you so much for honoring me here today with this incredible interview. Never stop singing. I know you won't, okay? You said it yourself at like 6 years old. You could do this, honey. You sure could. So thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you so much, Geri, for having me. I really appreciate it. Can I say one more thing?
Yes, yes.
Shameless.
Yes.
Besides being a singer, I have my own real estate. It's called Red Door Realty. I'm at the office right now. So anybody needs a house sold, give me a call. I do it all. I'll sing a song while I do it.
That's great. All right, everybody, please check
Thank
her
you.
out, okay? Look her up. Come on, hire her. She's amazing. I want everybody to please share this show. We will be on iHeartRadio next week. It's either going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll let everybody know when. And guys, I appreciate all of you. This was amazing. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is it really true? Is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.